Okay, welcome back to Epicus Gamicus Metallicus, the year-by-year show here. Here for 1969. Got Luke back again this week.
Yep.
And we're going to go through our top 3 69 albums and come up with a master list of 5. I think I'll go first this week. My first one is the first Led Zeppelin album. And I just noticed that all 3 of mine are self-titled albums.
Wow, yeah.
I guess that's 69 is the year of self-titles. Anyway, Led Zeppelin.
Can't go wrong with Zeppelin 1.
Oh, no.
Oh, man.
Although, being 69, you have to have a fight between Zeppelin 1 and Zeppelin 2, which is
Yeah.
kind of tricky, but I guess I picked the first one just because it's the first one.
Yeah.
And, I mean, both of them have a lot of classics on them, but this one is, very good. I mean, you got, what, Good Times, Bad Times, Babe, I'm Gonna Leave You, Dazed and Confused,
Oh, yeah.
Communication Breakdown. All of these are old blues songs, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
Which Zeppelin really took blues songs and turned them into
Oh, yeah.
something else.
That was-
Just way off in space at this point, you know?
Yeah.
Well, they're up in a Zeppelin, right?
Oh, yeah.
All right, what's your first one?
Supposed to go down like a lead balloon.
Yeah, you know,
You know,
it didn't.
sure didn't. I have Abbey Road by the Beatles.
Yeah, Beatles are back.
They are.
They're, although I feel like this list kind of puts the Beatles at the end of their career, so we're only going to get a couple, but
Right, yeah.
they are some classics. So I found this album on a list of songs which are supposed to be good sing-along albums, but I mean, there are some songs on this album that, a lot of people know, but then there's a lot that people don't know. So
Yeah,
it's kinda,
that's very true.
I wasn't really sure why it was on that list, but I mean, I know what Come Together, obviously, Octopus's Garden, and Here Comes the Sun, but that's kind of it, really.
That, you've got like some kind of strange themes on here, like Maxwell's Silver Hammer.
Yeah.
It's actually a really weird story when you listen to it.
Yeah, some of the stories the Beatles were writing about these
Yeah,
in the White Album and this album are just like, what are you on about? But I guess this was them becoming more progressive, wasn't it?
yeah,
And in many ways, they were the first progressive band.
definitely.
And they definitely invented the concept album with the Sgt. Pepper's.
Yeah.
Much as people would like to say that Frank Sinatra invented it within the wee small hours, but
That
that was just
really
an album on a theme, not an album of an overarching story.
right, definitely.
So my second album is the self-titled Deep Purple album. Naturally. Of course, this one isn't the debut album like the other 2 on the list, but still an excellent album. It's actually the 3rd Deep Purple album. There were 2 in 68, and the first one is good, but nowhere near as good as Talisman and Deep Purple. And for me, this period of Deep Purple, every song on the album is good.
Yeah.
I think you'd never really listened to this stuff, right, before this?
Not really, not the early stuff.
Yeah. But you liked it so much you went out and bought an LP?
I actually did. I did buy this album.
Yeah. I was super surprised that you found it.
Yeah, the guy I go to is pretty good, so.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I feel like the covers on this album aren't quite as obvious. There's no real, there's no Beatles cover, for instance.
Yeah.
The only cover I can see is a Donovan cover, and he's not exactly...
It's kind of strange to see on there.
Yeah, he's kind of maybe like 3rd tier 60s musician, right?
Right. He's more of a pop artist, really.
Yeah. But I mean, I guess Deep Purple can take any song and turn it into a classical epic.
Definitely.
Right.
I was kind of surprised of Why Didn't Rosemary, based off of Rosemary's Baby, if you've seen it.
No, sorry.
It's one of those classic horror movies, but
Mm.
just thought it was interesting to make a song out of that.
Yeah. Well, 60s was interesting. That's what we've established here. All right, what's your number 2?
I've got Crosby, Stills and Nash by Crosby, Stills and Nash, another debut album.
No surprises there, right? No, I always like to call Crosby, Stills and Nash Crosby, Stills, Nash, and sometimes Young.
Right.
Oh, yeah, you search it, you get Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Young, don't you? What's on this album? Well, we listened to this stuff a while back because we thought we were going to record earlier, so
Right.
it's been a while for me. Yeah, I don't remember any of these songs. Weird.
Well, I guess none of them really got seriously popular, but
Yeah. Oh, I think I remember Sweet Judy Blue Eyes, but
yeah, it's kind of
I might have heard that once or twice before, and
right.
yeah. Anyway, yeah, I'm not really so into the southern rock sort of or the folk rock
Right.
movement.
Yeah.
I like CCR and I like Bob Dylan, but I never got too into bands like Crosby, Stills and Nash or Skinner or anything like that.
Got you. Yeah.
So I guess we'll move on to my number 3, which is the Stooges' self-titled debut. Very strange for a 70s album because it's almost like 10 years ahead of its time. It sounds like
Yeah.
came out in 77 maybe.
So, I mean, the Stooges were influential, so it's kind of a
Yeah, they're like the first proto-punk band along with the MC5.
right. Yeah.
And they've got that because they had a lot of distortion and stuff like that they like. And this album, of course, has I Want to Be Your Dog, which is actually, I once put it as my favorite song of the whole 60s.
Really?
I don't know if I'd keep it there. I'll probably switch it to something else, but it's a real interesting song. It's a lot of distortion and like a like sort of a really jingly bell in there.
Yeah.
It's a super repetitive song, which is obviously how they influenced punk. And then this album also has 1969, which another classic proto-punk song,
Yeah.
and No Fun, which I think the Sex Pistols covered
I think you're right.
on their last tour. And I think they ended the show early, and Johnny Rotten just ended it with, ever get the feeling you've been cheated? And I think this was, they did some crazy tour into the American South for no obvious reason, just that it would piss people off, just to see what would happen. And
That's funny.
that's the Sex Pistols for you, right?
Really is.
And probably why they didn't last much longer.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what do we got? You're number 3 now?
Well, actually, this kind of relates. It's like Neil Young famously said, "It's better to burn out than fade away,"
Oh, yeah.
which he wrote about the Sex Pistols. So,
He did?
yeah, that actually connects to this album.
Oh, I thought he wrote it ages back.
It was around the same time, but
Mm.
anyway, this album is "Everybody Knows This Is Nowhere" by Neil Young.
Hmm.
It's his second solo album. A lot of his hits, but nothing really famous.
Sorry, for some reason I went straight to searching Harvest. Just, I think I saw it the other day and saw it. That was the one I immediately went to. Good. I actually quite like Neil Young. I haven't really got into him much yet, but he's got a really great voice. For
Yeah, it's got a very distinct voice.
Until you hear him talk, and then he has a normal voice, and you're like, "That's Neil Young." I'm really confused now.
Yeah.
You're like, because I saw him doing an interview for something, and I'm like, "Oh, I thought he'd have an accent or something," being that he's got one of the most unique voices in
Yeah.
rock and roll. Although wasn't he the one that the band Crazy Horse get confused with?
Uh-huh.
The Horse with No Name thing, which sounds like a Neil Young song.
It does, yeah.
So it often mistakenly gets associated with Neil Young.
Right.
Funny that. Because Neil Young, oh, unique voice, and then somebody does a direct copy of it, and you...
Yeah, it's just kind
Yeah. So what's your favorite song on this album?
of... Oh.
'Cause I don't actually remember.
It's either Everybody Knows This Is Nowhere or possibly Cinnamon Girl.
Because I sort of vaguely remember listening to this and enjoying it, but I don't remember the song specifically.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I guess there's some albums I just sort of... I dig the vibe of the
Just
whole
don't really
album.
pick out particular songs.
Yeah. And I mean,
Definitely.
I don't listen to songs by themselves that often. I usually stick to whole albums, so maybe that's
Gotcha.
why. Is that all 6 now?
I think it is.
Okay. Oh, this is a tricky one though. I guess I'm gonna have to put the Stooges on the hot seat for this one. What about you?
I actually think, personally, I might drop Abbey Road for this.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
So, Abbey Road or Stooges? What do we think? I'm gonna pull them up and see what I know. Okay, so the Stooges has 3 good songs on it. Abbey Road has probably more than 3, right?
Well, yeah, I'd say so. Yeah.
Let me just have a look. See here. Come Together. Yeah. Okay. Octopus's Garden. Here Comes the Sun. Yeah, I think. Look, obviously this song does have more. This album does have a lot more songs on it. But I think I'm gonna have to give it to Come Together.
I guess so. Yeah.
Why do they call it Come Together? It's Abbey Road.
Yeah, that is kind of.
Confused. For some reason that seems like it should be an album title.
I could see that.
Yeah. Anyway, so Stooges are out. Abbey Road is in. And that's it for 69.
All right.
We'll see you in 2 weeks. Goodbye.